What's up, YouTube? I'm back. Welcome to Johnny Fandom, where I talk about all things fandom, such as Harry Potter, Disney, Star Wars, whatever you name it. Today, we are getting into the spooky season, and I figured I would talk about my top 5 scary, creepy, and possibly downright disturbing Disney cartoons. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you heard about one of these, because I talked about last year. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. But before we do, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's go. Number 5, Runaway Brain. This one is probably one of my favorites. It is tame, it's cute, it's got a great story. I actually talked about this one last year as well. So Runaway Brain basically takes place, we have Mickey at home playing video games with Pluto. Minnie comes by and gets mad at Mickey because it's like their anniversary, and she wants to go do something, and Mickey basically finds an ad for miniature golf in the paper and shows her to Minnie, but he accidentally shows her a cruise ship ad. So Mickey has to try to find money enough to go on a cruise ship, and he ends up finding this mad scientist that's doing an experiment, and ends up switching his brain with this giant Frankenstein Pete character, and then Frankenstein Pete's brain goes into Mickey. Mickey turns into like the zombie Mickey, which is like a really cool thing, and his whole story plays out, and eventually Mickey and Minnie do go on a cruise, sort of, but they're being towed away by Giant Pete. It's a fun story. Definitely go check it out. Unfortunately, it's not Disney Plus. I wish it was, but you can find it on YouTube and things like that. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is The Lonesome Ghost. This one is very cool. Donald, Goofy, and Mickey all venture to this haunted house where we have 4 ghosts. I like to think of them as almost kind of like the hitchhiking ghost, maybe like the original concept of like where they came from, but this time there's 4, and these 4 ghosts are bored because nobody comes to their house, and they just torture. Not really torture, but they just wreak havoc on Goofy, Donald, and Mickey. They haunt the heck out and just pull a bunch of fun-loving pranks on them, and it's a good time. This one, I believe, is on Disney Plus, so go check it out. Now let's get to number 3. Number 3, it's called Mickey's Haunted House. This is an old black and white Mickey Mouse cartoon where he wanders into this haunted house, and you see some spiders and bats and stuff fly around, and eventually he meets the Grim Reaper, and the Grim Reaper forces Mickey to play the piano so that all the ghosts, ghouls, and skeletons can have a dance party. And basically it's just a musical number of them having this full-on ghoul dance party, a monster mash, if you will. And now let's get to number 2. Number 2 gets a little more dark. This is called Plutos Judgment. Basically, cartoon shows Pluto chasing a cat like dogs do. Mickey gets mad at him because the cat that Pluto's chasing is also Mickey's cat. It's kind of weird that a mouse has a pet dog and a pet cat. Anyway, Mickey gets mad at Pluto for chasing the cat and says he can't do that. And then Pluto has a bad dream of this cat that is, pestering him. So he chases the cat. And what happens? Pluto gets sent to hell. Literal hell. And we see cat demons. And we see all these cats. And Pluto is just getting judged because of chasing cats. And then we see Pluto basically go to hell court, where the judge cat and the jury of cats, very biased, poor Pluto, all judge him and get mad, basically, send him to hell. Then we see a devil cat basically torture Pluto on his final judgment day to basically, kill him in hell. Then we go back to the real world, and we can see Pluto is dreaming. When he wakes up, obviously he goes to the cat that he was chasing before and doesn't chase it and shows it love and affection because he does not want to go to hell. This is a pretty dark cartoon, basically showing hell and demons and stuff like that. But wait till you listen to number one. Number one is called The Mad Doctor. This is another old school black and white cartoon. This is you're not going to find this on Disney Plus. No way in heck you're going to find this on Disney Plus. But you can find it on YouTube. Basically, Mickey hears a noise outside. And he sees that Pluto is missing. So he chases this thing to this giant castle in the woods to try to save Pluto. He ends up going through this maze of a castle. They had this really cool 3D effect of Mickey going through this tunnel, which I thought was kind of cool. Back in the day, I just did that. That was a cool effect. And then Mickey eventually finds Pluto, who is being experimented on by a doctor who literally is about to cut Pluto in half and sew his head on a chicken body or something like that. This is pretty, it gets close to the point where it's like, what's going to happen. And this is probably a creepy cartoon. If I was a kid and I saw this, I'd have nightmares for a month. Anyway, eventually Mickey sees Pluto, and then we find out that it was all just a dream. Mickey's own little nightmare. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Make sure that button, hit that subscribe button, and I know I was away for about 2 weeks, but I'm back. It's Halloween season. Let's get into all the creepy, ghouly fandom stuff that we can think of. And I'm going to continue my 2 videos a week like I always do. I'm back. I had some stuff I had to take care of, so I do apologize, but I'm back. Let's do it.